The Adventures of Super Magnet, the hero of Clanktown. In the tiny, clattery town of Clanktown, where every street was paved with scraps of metal and old gears, lived Max the Magnet. He wasn't just any magnet, he was a super magnet. Max could attract metal from miles away, which sometimes caused a bit of chaos, like the time a passing bike zoomed toward him, carrying a very surprised mailman. Max lived in a cozy workshop with his best friend, Professor Tinker, an eccentric inventor who always wore a bowler hat made from a teapot. One day, as Max and Tinker were fixing a squeaky robot cat, the mayor of Clanktown burst in. "Professor Tinker!" "Max! We need your help," the mayor exclaimed. "The Clanktown clock tower has stopped working, and it's throwing the whole town off schedule. The baker burned 50 loaves of bread, the school bell rang in the middle of lunch, and the train arrived backward." "Backward?" Tinker asked, scratching his head. "Yep, it reversed right back to the station," the mayor replied. "We need Super Magnet to save the day." Max puffed up his shiny chest. "Don't worry, Mayor, I'll have that clock ticking in no time." The climb to the clock tower. Max and Tinker hurried to the Clanktown clock tower. It stood tall, its metal gears gleaming in the sun, but something was definitely wrong. The giant hour hand drooped like a wilted flower, and the second hand was stuck pointing directly at lunchtime. "Looks like the gears are jammed," said Tinker, peering through his teapot hat. "We'll need to climb to the top to fix it." Max and Tinker began their ascent. Being a super magnet, Max had no trouble sticking to the metal tower. Tinker, on the other hand, had to climb the old-fashioned way, using a rope ladder that squeaked like a rubber duck with every step. "Do you have to climb so noisily?" Max teased. "I didn't invent silent rope ladders, all right," huffed Tinker. Halfway up, Max accidentally attracted a flock of metal birds. They weren't real birds, just wind-up toys from a nearby toy shop, but they whirred around him in a flurry of gears and wings. "Shoo, shoo!" Max cried. One particularly persistent bird landed on Tinker's teapot hat, thinking it was a nest. "This is why I stick to inventing," grumbled Tinker as he swatted the bird away. The jammed gears at the top of the tower. Max and Tinker found the problem. A giant gear was clogged with spaghetti. "Who put spaghetti in the clock?" Max asked. "Not just spaghetti," Tinker said, pulling out a meatball. "It's the chef bot. He must have been sleep cooking again." They found the culprit, a little robot chef wedged between the gears, snoring softly with a ladle in hand. "We'll deal with him later," Tinker said, rolling up his sleeves. "First, we need to clean up this mess." Max got to work, using his magnetic powers to pull out the metal utensils tangled in the spaghetti. Out came forks, spoons, a cheese grater, and even a toaster. "Why is there a toaster in here?" Max asked. "Chefbot makes toast-ghetti," Tinker explained. "It's a local specialty." Once the gears were cleared, Tinker adjusted the clock mechanism while Max pushed the heavy gear back into place. "All right, Max, give it one last pull," Tinker shouted. Max concentrated, his magnetic powers buzzing. With a loud clunk, the gear snapped back into place. The clock hands started moving again, ticking away cheerfully. A magnetic mishap. Just as they were celebrating, Max's magnetic powers went haywire. The entire tower began to shake as every metal object in Clanktown flew toward him, mailboxes, bicycles, frying pans, and even the mayor's shiny new car. "Oh," said Max as the car zoomed toward him. "This might be a problem." Quick, Max, focus your powers, shouted Tinker. Max took a deep breath and tried to control his magnetism. Slowly, the metal objects stopped flying toward him and clattered harmlessly to the ground. Well, most of them. The mayor's car landed on top of the bakery, where it teetered like a cherry on a cake. Whoops, Max said sheepishly. The townsfolk gathered around, cheering. Hooray for Super Magnet, they cried. Even the mayor, standing next to his airborne car, managed a smile. A hero's feast to thank Max and Tinker, the townsfolk threw a big party. Chef Bob made his famous toast-ghetti, and Max was given a shiny gold medal. As they sat enjoying the feast, Tinker nudged Max, you might want to tone down your powers next time. Hey, I can't help being attractive. Max joked, making everyone laugh. And from that day on, Max the Super Magnet became the hero of Clanktown, always ready to save the day, just as long as no one parked their car too close. The end.